Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss Cars 3, featuring the voices of Owen Wilson, Christella Alonso, Chris Cooper, Nathan Fillion, Armie Hammer, and Larry the Cable Guy, and directed by Brian Fee. Now, I was kind of nervous going into the theater for this, and I ended up seeing it twice. Once to watch and once to note take, because I was taking notes in the theater. But let's see how this movie goes. Lightning McQueen, voiced by Owen Wilson, opens like the way how the first movie did, where he talks about his focus speech. Like, okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. That kind of thing. And then Mater comes in later in that scene going, "Hey, McQueen, did you used to do that?" Which, it's kind of clever, I guess. We see some footage that we've never seen with Doc Hudson before, where he says, "That ain't racing." Now, question. Were those deleted scenes from the first film? And did they use Paul Newman's voice or a sound-alike? Because that was a little bit of a risky choice. We get introduced to Jackson Storm, voiced by Armie Hammer, he's a good movie villain for a new Disney villain that beats McQueen with his new speed, with like 210 miles per hour. While we see Chick Hicks from the first movie, and we also get introduced to Natalie Sarton, voiced by Kerry Washington. Is an interesting choice for a spokesperson or character, or spokescar character, or whatever you want to call it these days. The crash of Lightning McQueen is a little too intense for kids at under the age of, should I say it, 5. Because the parents and others don't want the kids to crash their cars like the way how he did in the movie. Now, the Sally voiced by Bonnie Hunt, where she keeps calling McQueen Stinky when mistakenly she meant to call him Stickers. Mater is just a minor character this time, which, thank goodness for that, this time, whereas the last time he was just as annoying as the main character. Good choice there, Pixar. Where we get introduced to this new character called Sterling, voiced by Nathan Fillion, who is in that TV show called Firefly, who buys McQueen's company Rusty's and becomes McQueen's sponsor. His trainer, Cruz Ramirez, voiced by Christella Alonso, is a wannabe race car when Sterling calls her a trainer mostly. Cruz is a better sidekick than Mater or Finn McMissile. The story is better this time than the first movie, sure, or the second movie, for damn sure. Excuse my language. Because it feels like Rocky 3, where McQueen is Rocky and Storm is Clubber Lang and Cruz is the Apollo Creed. Rocky, or McQueen, good. Storm or Lang, bad. Cruz or Creed, good as a trainer. And another example is McQueen is the Rocky, keep calling him, and they're old. Storm is the young one, and Cruz is the trainer. The line Cruz says, "The beach ate me," was pretty funny. I laughed. I thought that was funny. The place Thunder Hollow, where McQueen and Cruz are racing on dirt like a crazy 8. It's rather too intense for kids under the age of, I'm going to say 6 this time. I should say, because it's too rough. We get introduced to Smokey, voiced by Chris Cooper, when Lightning and Cruz practice laps. Doc was training as a race car in the 1950s. Smokey is a good way to make a risky choice, like showing more footage of Doc as a younger man. But I still like the character. McQueen practices trying to race higher than Storm's record of 213 miles per hour. Those scenes were a good way to get McQueen to finish the first race of 4 months to get a victory by Storm. The moment McQueen trades spots with Cruise because he wants to give her first shot of being a race car. Because earlier in the film, she talks about how McQueen inspires her to be a race car. The way she won is a good way to start off or end off the franchise of Lightning McQueen in a new trilogy of Cruz Ramirez. Maybe start off with the new character to King over McQueen spot and the racing business. Credits roll with some photographs, and there's an after credits scene where Mater is on a call with McQueen, and then he's also just trying to get prepared for a day with an ice cream truck as he sings. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it's rather a dumb after credits scene, if I were to be honest with you guys, because it's really pointless to sit through. Now time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 6.7 out of 10. The story is good, but the movie is rather not as good as the first one, but definitely better than that second film, and it's a good way to improve the series from that after that second film. So I want to thank you guys for joining me for Cars 3 and this whole Cars retrospective. And until next time, ka-chow!